So setting goals, why do so many people achieve them and so many people don't achieve them? And one of the reasons why is they overcomplicate the process. One of the things I do is I break down my life into six areas. And then that basically in those areas, I have two things in those areas that I want to hit and achieve in life. Last year's 12 things, I hit 80%. I was extremely, extremely happy to be able to hit 80%. Once I started reducing the amount of goals I had, it was easier for me to achieve and make more money, get better health, and get the things in life I want to get. A lot of times that's freedom, right? So the questions I'd be asking yourself is what are those six categories? For me, one is fun. What's two things I really want to do for fun this year? There are two things wealth building. There are two things is in business. There are two things is in selling real estate. And there are two things could be in health. Like whatever that is for you, try to break it down like that. And I normally have six categories. My daughter had two last year that she really, really wanted to hit big time, which was making the basketball team and then get number one in the tennis team. So I was able to have clarity throughout the year and help her focus on that because I saw her two goals. And before that was to write a book. She wrote a book, being a best-selling author. It has to have personal and business in it. It has to have more than just business. Okay. Second tip I would tell you is this: what do you want? How are you going to get there? And what's your why? The how part is very, very clear with me. The how is, what am I going to do lead generation wise? What am I going to do system wise? Database, follow up leads. Like, what am I going to do system wise? What's my schedule going to look like? Right? What distractions am I going to block out in my life? And how am I going to set barriers or walls up so people don't bother me when I need to be focused? Right? And what I find is most times we don't hit goals because we make up excuses. And if you hit your goals, you're very good at moving excuses. And number two is you're really good at managing distractions. Do you set an end date? And if you hit it, you have a reward. If you don't get to enjoy that. That starts daily. Like one of the easiest goals for most people is prospecting in the morning. That could be bomb emails. That could be phone calls. That could be texts. But some people were able to hit their goals daily because they don't stop until they hit it. It's like running in a race. You don't stop until you hit the end finish line. But what most people do, or some people do, I should say, is they just kind of work throughout the day and they aren't really keeping track of like where they're running to. They're kind of like Forrest Gump. They're just running. Like, is that you? Or do you actually know where you're running to? So if your goal is 10 million, if your goal is 20 million, whatever it is, you need to understand how are you going to get there. You need to talk to people like me. You need to talk to other people who have been there. 10 million, 20 million, 50 million, 100 million, 200 million, 300 million, whatever that is. If you want to invest in real estate, talk to other people who invest in real estate and figure out how are they going to attract and get leads? How are they going to finance the deals? How are they going to manage the construction? How are they going to manage the cash flow? Like, how are they doing those 3 to 5 things really, really well? Pick their brain and then build that into your schedule so you can accomplish it. Last thing I'm going to leave you with this is your why. Is your why strong enough? If you saw a kid or a baby underneath a car, you would do whatever you had to do to get that baby out of there before a car ran it over or did, hurt the baby. Or if you saw something falling, you would do whatever you had to do to stop it. Is your why strong enough? One of my whys was I want to win the national tennis championship. One of my whys is I want to get to business with my daughter. One of my whys is I want to help my daughter be number one in her tennis team. Number one whys is I want to be a TED Talk with my wife and my daughter up on TV or up on the web. What is your why? Like, what are you trying to get to? What is your vertical income? What is your passive? What is the things you're trying to enjoy in life? And how you figure those out is journal. Journal. I'll be honest, I'm not that good at journaling. I stop. I journal, I stop. But one thing I'm pretty good at is setting my goals and then looking at those goals and making sure whatever I do in a day is that leading to my goal and reducing out the Eagles games I used to go to all the time. I have season tickets and I go to one game a year because that's not helped me get closer to my goal. It's fun. I still have fun, but I'd rather play a tennis match for 2 hours and have just as much fun and able to hang out with my family, help my daughter reach her number one tennis team. You see what I'm saying? There's a way to look at it. So paying attention to what you do is very, very clear in the goal setting and goal achieving process. If you'd like to talk more about that, Jeremy Bowers, one of the partners, one of the owners of Keller Williams Philly Main Line and multiple other real estate businesses, I'm here to be able to help you if you're in real estate or not. And I do professional coaching on this. Take care.